Hi! Welcome to Flights of Fancy Storytime. I'm Ann from the National Air and Space Museum, and I'm here to bring some of our museum stories to you. Today I'm thinking about drones. Have you ever seen a drone flying? They can be tiny or bigger, and the drone pilot controls them from far away to make them move and fly wherever they want. Drones are great for taking pictures from high above. They're even developing drones that could deliver packages. We have a few of these types of drones in our Thomas W. Haas We All Fly gallery in Washington, D.C. This little delivery drone has 6 propellers arranged around to make a hexagon. That's a shape with 6 sides. Can you count the sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other drones may have only 4 propellers, like this Dragonflyer drone. Some people use drones like these for fun contests. People fly them through an obstacle course. Here's a story about that. Once upon a time, there were 3 friends who liked everything about flying. They were Millie, Ruth, and Lou. Lou invited the friends and Mo to watch her brother and sister compete with their neighbor Sebastian in a drone race. They all went out to the big field where Lena, Roger, and Sebastian were setting up the course. The friends put out their arms like wings and ran out to each obstacle to find out about the course. There was a bright-colored landing pad on the ground for each drone. They ran from the landing pads out to where Lena was setting up an orange octagon that the drones would fly through. Further out in the field, Roger was setting up a pole with a yellow flag on top that the drones would fly around. They ran out to Roger and around the yellow flag. Lastly, they ran out to where Sebastian was setting up a purple arch that they had to fly under. Then they ran back to set up their spot for the race. Millie and Mo set up folding chairs for their friends to sit on. Ruth brought out some snacks and set them on a picnic blanket, and Lou got out her binoculars too. Roger, Lena, and Sebastian had finished setting up the course, and now they were taking out their drones to get them ready for the race. The friends went to take a closer look. Lena had a red drone. She unfolded all 4 legs of the drone. These are the propellers, she told them. She gave them a gentle spin to make sure that they were working. She set her drone down on one landing pad. Roger had a black drone that he set out on the landing pad and switched it on. He pulled out his control and turned it on too. The drone went beep, beep, beep. Roger showed the friends his controller. This toggle moves the drone up and down and turns it around. He pushed the controller toggle and the drone's propeller started spinning and buzzing. Then he pushed it forward and the drone went up in the air. It hovered there right above their heads. Sebastian had a silver and blue drone. And this other toggle makes the drone go forward and backward. His drone buzzed up in the air above their heads and then buzzed forward and backward as he moved the controller. That kind of looks the same as the control you use for your video game, said Millie. Yep, said Lena, and it works pretty much the same way. This is so cool, said Mo. Can you fly the drones really high? Asked Ruth. Well, these drones can go really high and fast, but we're only allowed to fly them low in this field. We don't want to go up high where the helicopters and airplanes are flying, said Roger. Our course is only a little bit off the ground, so we don't need to fly too high for this race, said Lena. Roger set his drones on one of the launch pad. We'll start and finish the race at the same place. The first to go through each obstacle and back here is the winner. Can you do the countdown to start the race? Sebastian asked the friends. The friends agreed, and Lena, Sebastian, and Roger all made sure their drones were ready on their launch pads. Millie, Ruth, Lou, and Mo all shouted together, "Ready, set, go!" The drones buzzed up in the air. Lena's red drone was in the lead as they went through the orange octagon. They flew straight on to the next obstacle. Lou looked through her binoculars and saw that Sebastian had caught up and went around the flag first. The last obstacle was the purple arch. This one was tricky because they had to fly low, close to the ground. Roger went through first, but he hit the ground after he went through. The friends all watched and cheered as he got his drone back in the air. Lena went through next and then Sebastian. After that, they had a long, straight path back to the landing pads where the drone's pilots could make up time. They were really close, but Lena won, followed by Sebastian and finally Roger. The friends jumped up and cheered. What an exciting race! Roger said, "Let's go again. I think I can win this time." Millie, Ruth, Lou, and Mo put out their arms and ran around Lena, buzzing like drones. "You can try," said Lena, and they all gave each other a high five. It's craft time. Today I'm going to make a model of my house and then I'm going to use it to pretend to fly over and see what it looks like from above. For this activity, you need some boxes, save some different kinds of boxes to make your house, some pieces of cardboard, and some construction paper, maybe some foil, your scissors, and tape. So I'm going to think a little bit about what my house looks like. I live in a row house in Washington, D.C., so I'm going to use this as my house. I could use a taller row house like this and skinny. Maybe your house looks something, you have to think about what shape your house is. I'm going to cover my box with some construction paper just to make it a color. My house is a little bit kind of almost like a yellow color. So I'm going to make it that color. I'm going to take this construction paper and then I'm going to use the tape to tape it on. That's just kind of fun to think about how to make your box look like a little bit like your house. Now I'm going to think about, I'm going to put my house on a piece of cardboard and that's going to be like for my yard. And so I have a long piece of cardboard that I think will work out really well for this to be the base of the project. And here that is. So I'm going to just attach my house right to the front of my yard like this. There it is. And I'm going to use tape to do that too. So I'm going to take a piece of tape and just attach it on to my yard. It looks pretty good. Now I'm thinking about what it looks like from above. And on my house, I have a metal roof. So I'm going to use this foil as my roof material. I think that would be a great roof material. It protects my house from the rain, and it's also nice when it rains. You can hear the sound of the rain on the metal roof. Maybe you have a black roof on the top of your house. Maybe you have shingles. So you can think about what material your roof is made out of. All right, it's looking a lot like my house now. Now I have in my backyard, I have a fence around the backyard, and I'm going to put a little piece of cardboard as my fence. I'm going to just bend it like this, and that's going to become the fence. So I'm going to put that with some tape and attach it right to my house. You can think about, do you have a fence in your backyard? Put all the details so that it looks just like what your house looks like. Well, it's looking a little bit more like my house now. And now I'm going to hold it up and you can pretend that you're the drone flying over my house. This is kind of what it looks like. Wow. When you look at it from above, it can see the square of the roof and the square of the backyard. And then I have a little area back here where I could park a car. That's what my house looks like, except there's another house right next to it on each side, but I only did mine. I hope you enjoy this, and then you can pretend to be your own drone and take a picture of it if you want to, just like drones do, and looking above at your house. Enjoy this, and if you like this story and this craft time, please like our video and subscribe it, and then you'll find it in your subscription box each month when they come out. Thanks so much for coming. Bye-bye.